Where we were last time for those who were not here. Okay, we're online.
Okay, we'll do so. Okay, welcome everyone again. And for those that are joining us for the first time, welcome. We had a Skype meeting last week, Thursday on the 21st, but we had to reconnect due to the settings. Sorry, hi, it's me talking, I just don't want to show my face. And we had to disconnect, so we're continuing today. So I'll just go through what we spoke about earlier, and then we'll continue from there. So the first item was handover from the former NEC members to the current members. The person responsible for this is Nkosi Nathi, and he will be talking to Klengiwe, the former NEC chair, and then give everyone an update on what they must do and how to contact their former members that they took over from. The due date for this was the 29th of January 2016. Is the 29th of January. Okay. Can that person please mute their microphone?
Oh, it's me.
Okay. Next item was the irregularities in the NEC 2016 elections. Again, the person responsible was Nathi. And just some discussion points on that. There were some minor irregularities where people voted twice. And we thought that that might have been maybe internet connection problems, so it made them vote twice. And then in the last minute, there was multiple votes for one person by someone using illegitimate voting registration number. So Nathi as well is the one who's going to address this issue and release a statement on behalf of the NEC just to fill everyone in on what happened. And it's meant to be today, actually it's meant to be this week. I'm getting feedback from someone or somewhere.
I think it might have been Rendani. I've muted him.
Okay. Okay. And then just on this call, something that was raised by a client earlier is that is it possible to release the results from this year?
To release what results, sorry?
The NEC results. Remember last year we released how many votes everyone got, how it was voted.
Okay.
Is it possible with Nathi's statement, just to assure everyone, release those results as well, just to make it more transparent?
Sure. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm going to grab a pen. You can carry on with your recap.
Okay. So I'll just add that on later. The next item was the NEC booklet. If anyone remembers, last year the NEC released a booklet just to introduce the NEC, what our objectives are, the aim of the NEC, and all that stuff. And we're going to be doing that again this year with the new people, and obviously the old people can update what they have on their profiles as well. So that's something that's going to be released in due time. So at the moment, you're just gathering all the information. Okay. The next item was the template for end of the year reports. That's not really applicable to the rest of Access community, but JD is the one that's going to be doing our template for us, and we'll have an idea for us by Friday, 29 January. The next item was the NEC 2016 year plan, and that item was moved to be spoken about during budgets and accounts. Okay, so the point that we are on right now that we stopped at on our last meeting was the NEC account and budget. So this obviously involves all the members, and the point we stopped at is the business account that the NEC has and our registration and how it's going to be run, as well as the signatories. So I think the point that we should carry on was the budget actually. We stopped at the point that two that the US citizens living in Italy that gave us funding of $250 to help rural citizens here that are part of Access with internet connections. So I think we stopped there and then we had our problems.
Can I add on there, Mendy?
Yes.
So then I outlined that the budget. So firstly, there's that $250 from the very kind random donation from some Italians. And then on top of that, the budget that Access have allocated is basically 30,000 rand for the year. And Klein made the point that he felt that was insufficient because the NEC did a huge amount of work for Access. And I responded that we haven't had any reports yet. And as far as me and my bosses are concerned, if there isn't a report detailing what the work was done, then no work was done. And my suggestion is 30,000 is a good amount to start and show that work can get done. And then once we have reports, we can talk about topping that up.
Okay. Yeah, that's where we were at. I'm not sure what conclusion we came to for that.
I guess it's over to the chair.
Nati.
Yes, thanks, Carl. Does anyone have any input on this before I? No.
Hello, I didn't quite get what Carl was saying, I think.
Okay, Klein. So I just really recapped what had been said last time, that we have that $250 that's come from the Italians, but is dedicated to supporting people in rural areas to join Access online events. And then the Access proposal was for this 30,000 rand as the initial budget for the committee. And that you had made the point that it was too little because the NEC do a lot. And I had responded that so far we have no reports from last year from what the NEC did. So as my managers see it, the NEC is doing nothing. If it's not reported on, then it's not being done. So 30,000 is a good starting point to go and do something, hand in reports, and then we can discuss more if we get to that point.
Oh, okay. No, I think it's clear. But maybe the question will be what happened, because you requested us to compile a list of the things that we did. What happened? Was that report not handed in? And if not, why? What happened? I understand what you're saying, that there is need for reporting. But I just have that question to say, what happened to the reports that we submitted last year? Because you said we must submit reports, and we did. And you are saying we did not report.
I received very few reports. I think I got 2 from 2 provinces, but I didn't get like a treasurer's report. I didn't get a chair's report. I didn't get a report from the deputy chair. I didn't get a report from the secretary. Did I, Mendy? Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's true.
So a couple of province reports, and in those, not a lot happens.
Okay. No, that's so. Does it mean that the prioritization is in those provinces that did report?
That's internal to your committee. It's up to you. I got so few reports that it really wasn't worth it. There was nothing in them.
Okay.
But if you need to know from me which provinces did submit, I can tell you, and then if you want to prioritize them, that's also possible. But for now, I would think that my advice for this committee would be to start with a clean slate. You have significantly more money, which can be delivered quite quickly. Make a plan, set some terms of reference, and show that you can do it.
Hello?
Okay, thanks, Carl. I think for now, the question which would come is that when can we possibly expect the money to be deposited into the account?
Okay, well then that's a little bit more complicated because of a thing called the Public Finance and Management Act. It's a regulation of Parliament which dictates how public money can be spent. One of the issues is that we can only pay money to people who pay their taxes. Now, unfortunately, you have not paid your taxes yet, and that's because hopefully you're going to register as a not-for-profit company, right? But you haven't registered yet. Until you do, you don't have the documentation to say that you don't pay tax. Therein is the issue. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
Yes.
What you're saying is that we need to register first in order for you to deposit the money into the account.
Yes, that's as I understand the situation. There is one possible loophole which we could explore, but I'd rather not. Would you like to hear it?
It's fine, go ahead.
Well, yeah.
The possible loophole is at the minute the account is registered in Sizo and Stengiwe's name. So it might be possible that if they can prove they've paid their taxes, that we could pay it across. But it's a bit dubious. I would rather not if we don't have to.
For now, can I just say we'll look on it and then get back to you?
Yes, but I would hasten. I don't. Scotch isn't here. He was looking into it. The registration process takes a month, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be done already.
Yeah, you were saying you had indicated that you were going to submit some documents, but up to now you haven't.
So, who? Sorry, Klein.
In my conversation with Scotch earlier on, you were saying he was waiting for documents from you so that he can go ahead and register, but you did not submit the documents.
I haven't had a request of documents from Scotch. What documents would he possibly need from me?
Sorry?
What documents would he possibly need from me?
Okay, let me try and call him and find out what exactly is the story. Then I'll get back to you.
Okay, within this meeting or the next meeting?
Now I'll do that now.
Right.
So I'll just
Okay.
mute my.
Okay, I think we need to move on now. Is that fine?
Yeah.
But for the next item, we need Klein. I'm not sure if he's available because he's the one who raised this point, which is 5.1.
Which one now?
The one on the NEC members' monthly allowance. He's the
Klein
one
is
who-
here.
Yes.
Klein is here.
Calling Scotch.
Oh, okay. I would have thought, and Basanda, we need him too since he's the treasurer, but he's not here because he also
And
needs
the
to.
second point is the one who raised it. Unfortunately, is not here. Klein.
He's,
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to get hold of Scotch, but I can't get hold of him. No, my point. Okay, while I'm waiting, I've sent him a message. Maybe, most probably, is going to get back to me. The proposal on monthly allowance was actually to facilitate activities within the province. So that we do not, I think I explained to say, if you go to your SRC at UniZulu, Cape Town University, those guys, they are given some monthly allowance so that they can be able also to cover for their expenses. And my proposition was, Access look into it and try and give some sort of monthly allowance to people that are elected into office so that they can cover their operational cost. Hello?
You want me to comment? I think that's down to you entirely.
Carl, we need you to comment. Well, won't it be linked to the previous comment that Carl made that he can't deposit any money right now until we've registered?
Well, presumably you guys would pay this, right? Not me. So this just comes back to when can we pay you the money into the bank? I mean, once you're in the bank, it's yours to do with as the committee sees fit. It has nothing to do with me. Well, I mean, I'm sitting here on the committee, so I'll give my opinion. But if you think that's the best use of your funds, then that's what you have to do.
No, not necessarily, Carl. That I think we have got projects that money is separated from made monthly allowance. Like we have got people that are online right now. They are basically using their resources to actually do access business. So that allowance would go towards some of these things. But in terms of projects, I think there's need for there to be a distinction between the projects and NEC allowance. Because I'm sure Access does have a board, and when that board meets, they get allowance.
No, the board for Access is voluntary, and they don't get allowance. It's an honorary position. It's specifically not paid. We can't pay expenses to a non-CSIR employee. It's not allowed, and we can't pay anyone money, as in not reimbursements. What's the word? Pay. What's the posh word for pay? Remuneration, unless we have an interview process done through HR, because otherwise there's the chance of nepotism. But you guys can pay whoever you want. You're not run through the Public Finance and Management Act like we are.
Okay.
The ways that we can pay money, client, are very strictly regulated. It's very, very difficult for us. One of the reasons for you guys opening a bank account and becoming your organization is that you will not be that regulated. You can make decisions like that. I really can't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Klein?
Yes.
I think whilst we're still on the budget, can I ask you, Carl, this 30,000, is it only allocated for 2016? Or if possible, we are going to get an addition to this, saying that we have programs and then this money is allocated accordingly, and then now we are at zero balance. Is it possible that is there going to be any addition to this amount in the near
future? As I say to you, give me some outputs, okay? If let's say we get to May and you submit a 6-monthly midterm report detailing stuff that you've done and succeeded at, then there's every possibility that I can motivate to Neville to get maybe another 30,000 for the rest of the year. In fact, let's have that absolutely down. Let's expect midway report somewhere in May and June, and that the second half year of the budget can be reviewed at that point.
Okay, it's fine.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is everyone okay with it?
Yeah, true. I just got the response from Scotch. He's saying that there's need for registration and administration fees for 1,000 rand. And I'm sure he made that submission to you, Carl, and you haven't got back to him.
I've not had such from Scotch. Maybe I missed it. It's totally possible. But I certainly haven't. That's the first time hearing of it.
Is it?
Klein?
Yes.
Is it possible that you contact Scotch to ask him to join us, please?
No, Scotch is not feeling well. He's actually supposed to be in hospital, so I don't want to bother him. I spoke to him earlier on. Let me see if what the best thing that I can do.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man.
Okay.
So
Carl, is there a possibility that we might get the 1,000? Okay, the issue of whether it was done or not done. How soon can we get the 1,000 rand?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I'm going to have to go to my legal and procurement people and find out on what basis I can pay that. I wonder who it goes to. Presumably it's the government, right?
Yes, I think so.
So, yeah, I guess we can maybe try and get an invoice from them. I'm going to have to discuss what way we can pay this, but it would be okay. Well, I'll have a think about it. I'll try and find out. So I will get back to you guys. Is Friday good?
Friday is okay with me.
Okay, Madam Secretary, you can put it on the record. I'll get back to you guys by Friday with what I can find out and if we can pay that and how.
So who is going to make a follow-up? Mandy, can you follow up on that one? With Carl?
Okay.
Thank you.
It's very unfortunate that Wasanda is not present even again today. Does anyone know what's up with him?
No, this time I didn't get any feedback from him on whether he's coming or not. So I don't know.
Okay.
Do you guys have a WhatsApp group?
Yes, we do, and everyone's here because of the WhatsApp group. So.
But the Sander doesn't have WhatsApp, right?
He
but he
does.
But his messages don't go through. I don't think he has data.
Really?
I WhatsApping him for the January workshops, and
Yeah.
because I'm WhatsApping him, not a group, you can see the 1 and 2 ticks, and it just stays on 1 tick the whole time.
Very strange. Okay.
I'm sure he doesn't have data. That's the issue. But therefore, maybe send a Facebook message to everyone as well.
Okay.
But then, yeah, I guess if he's not getting his email, he's not getting his Facebook messages.
Okay.
All right.
Before you conclude, does anyone have anything to add on this?
I'm trying to get hold of Asanda on his mobile to just find out. And no one is not picking up.
Maybe he's busy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like Wasanda, you know.
Mandy.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, the next point is co-lecturer allocation, which was raised also again by Klein.
Yes. So core lecturer allocations, and Klein can just explain what he means by that. And so,
yeah. No, I think last year, I think there was a concern generally from members to say there is no transparency as in regards to who is appointed a co-lecturer. So we just wanted clarity from you, Carl, on what exactly is the procedure that is used to appoint or to allocate duties to co-lecturers. Because it looks like you would have someone attending all the co-lecturers and some other people not attending. And what exactly is the criteria? So what is the role of NEC in the whole process?
Okay. So the rules, as we lay them out to the core lecturers, as an incentive towards doing well at the core lecturers workshop, the first choice goes to those who do best. So I want typically 8 or 9 core lecturers for a workshop because there are 17 core talks, which means that if I have 8, everybody has to do 2. So when it comes to, we have 3 Habitable Planet workshops each year, 2 in June and July, and 1 following the online course in December. And so when it comes to about this time of year, the January training group are just finishing their training. They've done it last week. Firstly, I should report to you guys, we had a brilliant training in January. We trained a whole bunch of people. So I'm going off topic, but is that permitted, please, Mr. Chair? I think it's quite important, and it does link in. Okay, thanks, Nati. So we trained core lecturers, 26 of them, and with deference to the fact that we have some of the old groups here, I have to say the quality was much higher than in previous years. I think we have a really good group of core lecturers. And just to add that there was not only was the overall quality higher, but it's nearly always bimodal in that you get a group that are really excellent and a group that are struggling a little bit more but good. And this year the excellent group were much bigger and the good group were much closer to them. So it was all in all excellent. We also ran, as a little aside, the mini HBW. We're running 6 mini HPWs this year, and I've managed to secure funding for all 6, which is more than we've ever managed to fund before. Which is another reason why we had to be a bit more conservative with the initial budget on the NEC. So we've got 6 mini habitable planets. That training was a lot more difficult, and this is something that we could actually get input from the NEC on in future. The rules for the mini HPW allow there to be just one HPW alumni, and then as many other people as you want, up to a number of 6. And what happened this year was basically every group we trained was only 1 habitable planet student and then 5 others. And that actually made it very difficult because the majority of people hadn't been to a HPW before and so didn't really know what it was about. But nonetheless, we have 6 groups, and I think that they're very good. One of them's carried over from last year, which is Klein's group. JD, I think, is here. Is JD here? Yes. No? JD?
He's here.
He's here, yeah. He's.
Let's go.
Sorry, I was just checking you there. The group there in East London, we've got 2 in KZN, 1 in Gauteng, 1 in Limpopo. So that's looking very positive. Back to the core lecturer's story. So we've trained 26 this January. When it comes to the 2 workshops in winter, I'm thinking Northern Hemisphere. When it comes to the 2 workshops in June and July, that I will first offer the opportunity to the top 8 students, and then fill them in where they prefer to go, because that's their incentive. Then I will fill them up from the next group of students, but also I have to be cognizant of the budget for each workshop. So should the budget be running out, then I have to turn to students who are closer and more local in preference. So in short, for those workshops, the top 8 get to choose, and then from the next students, I fill in where I need to and where I need to meet the budget. Then, last thing, and I hope I am not going to offend anyone who's taken the course. Lastly, the workshop in December doesn't really need core lecturers, okay, because it follows the online course. So in December we just have discussion groups, we don't have core lecturers. I take the bottom students from the class, the ones that struggled most with giving a presentation, and I send them there, so they don't actually do a core lecture, but they join a discussion and lead the discussion group and get another chance to work on their public speaking skills and go and present with that group. So it gives those that struggled at the course a chance to go and speak again. So there's 3 real groups. The top 8 who get to choose, the next ones who get filled in to where we need them depending on budget, and then the bottom 8 go to the December workshop and have a chance to build their skills.
So in other words, there is no role for NEC?
It doesn't seem necessary, no, unless you think there's a better way of doing it. But at least this year, that's already been announced that the top 8 get their, well, the top people get their choice. I have to say, I think the system works very well because, firstly, it gives a motivation for people to do well at the core lecturers workshop. Secondly, it still allows us to move people around according to budget. And thirdly, it does give those students who need more confidence and who need another go at public speaking before core lecturing a chance to go to the December one and get those skills. I have to say, as far as I'm aware, we get everybody in a year. Pretty much everybody from that January group gets to go and give a core lecture.
Yeah, because then the concern is if you have one person that is dominating and attending all the workshops or the core lectures, obviously that person, when it comes to elections, that person is already having a leverage. Like if a person is attending the training session in January, and a person who is campaigning and is not at the training session, the person who wins is the person who is in Cape Town.
I see. Well, the training in January is competitive, right? So there it's clear. There's a competitive process in order to get involved in that training. In terms of the workshops, there isn't usually anybody who gets more than others. The one exception was this year that we had 2 workshops in Cape Town, back to back. So I called on the Cape Town students more because it saves on the budget.
So, in other words, Carl, what you are saying is that the NEC does not have a role to play in workshops. They are just there to put posters, and then when people are gathered or to mark, and then everything just happens.
Well,
because these are the people that basically are on the ground and doing all the donkey work. And there is no incentive for them, from what I've gathered just now. And when it comes to workshops also, they are not considered.
When it comes to teaching at the workshops?
Yes.
They're only considered if they've been to the January training. You have to train as a core lecturer to become a core lecturer.
But you can only train once.
Yes, that's true. And then there's a new group of students take over.
I don't know the feeling of other people, but I think this is a discouraging development. That cow, when things are bad, you rely on the NEC. When things are good, it's about the people that trained. Yes.
Can I add on your point with a proposal?
Yes.
I don't know how you look at it, Carl, but I propose that at least for every workshop, let's have one representative from the NEC, which is deployed by the NEC. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, firstly, there has to be the proviso they must have been trained. We can't just have someone who hasn't done the core lecturer training.
Yes, I agree.
I'm amenable to it. I don't necessarily think that doing the core lecturer training is the role of the NEC, though. You guys, I'm open to it. If you guys want to vote on it and that's your considered decision, then fine. But my response is that everyone should have their go. I mean, each year there's plenty of students coming through. They all have their go at doing the core lecturing, and that's great for them, and that's brilliant. And then if they want to stay involved, they can become part of the NEC because they want to stay involved. It shouldn't be that they just join the NEC in order to get to go to another workshop. That's not what it's about. The NEC should be about taking things forward. Lastly, one last point. I do realise that after core lecturing, we don't really have anything to give, right? Basically, you do the workshops, you do a core lecture training, you do the core lecturing, and then by that point, you're probably an MSc student or an honours student, and there's not really a lot left over that we have. We're working on better connecting our undergraduate activities to postgraduate bursaries, so that there's a high chance of you getting a bursary, but that's to be decided in the future. But I'm happy if you guys vote and you think that there should be an NEC member chosen by the NEC at each workshop. That's your call, but I would say you're taking up a place of someone new and everybody deserves their turn.
I also think...
Yes.
I also agree with how that we should give other people sort of a chance. If every time we have a different workshop, one person from the NEC will have to get in, then I think that we should just give someone else a chance, whether someone new, but then it's not necessarily someone from the NEC per se, because it's like we're filling up spaces that we should be giving out to other students who have never experienced.
Okay, Pascal, what you are saying is that let us not join anyone from the NEC. Let's give us other a chance.
That's what I'm saying. We should just give other people a chance to also take part in the workshop, and also maybe be a core lecturer in at least one workshop instead of every time one NEC be getting in.
Yes, we are in an NEC meeting. We want you. There's a report that you're supposed to submit. What's the story?
Klein, mute yourself.
Yes, it's Klein.
No, Klein, mute yourself. Mute yourself on Google Hangouts, okay?
Yes, you were saying?
Unmuted.
Oh my word, and then unmuted himself.
No, I think on the issue of finances.
Okay, it's gone. No, I agree with what Dombi and Carl are saying. with regards to that, because I'm just speaking personally for myself. I've attended core lecture training and I've attended an event, an HPW event. So I'm not like expecting to go to every single event, even though I'm part of the NEC. But maybe from client's side, I'm not sure. Maybe he just wants someone there so that they can give feedback for our end of year reports. I'm not sure if that's what he's saying, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's viable to always have someone from the NEC because they have no role.
Okay, I think everyone is moving with the motion that let's give others a chance, because I can also read what Godfrey has written here. Let's give others a chance. Well, I think
Hi guys, can I make another proposal in between?
it's fine.
So I propose that part of the role can be that at the point when I'm making the selection, I will host a meeting with the NEC to show them what I've done with the selection and why. So I've asked, I'll say, look, here are the top 8. I've asked them where they want to go. They're going here, and that the NEC must approve my selection for the workshops. Number one. And secondly, if anybody drops out, or if we're in need of anybody extra to cover for whatever reason, I will turn to the NEC first.
I'm actually loving that idea. Yeah, sort of, it's better than the others. Sort of, sorry guys, but then yeah, it's. I think yeah, it's just a backup plan for someone who's not there. Like one of the co-lecturers has been chosen, so at least if we have someone who's like an extra, taking any like NEC one, NEC person has an extra, then yeah.
Okay, Mandy.
Yes.
Yes, my next point is NEC vacancies, and our priority is Free State.
Yeah. I don't know who would speak on that. I think you need to speak on that, what we need to do. If anyone has any plans.
Can you confirm this? Is the Free State the only province we do not have a rep?
That's correct. And then someone, when that was raised, someone on Facebook actually said, well, not that they'd like it, but then if it's vacant, then...
Okay.
I think they were saying it in a joking way, but I think there is someone or some people that might be interested if we decide to open it up for elections.
Okay. I have a proposal.
We're listening.
Yeah. I think if possibly we have more than one person who's interested, I think we can invite them, and then how about we hold interviews and see who's the best candidate, and then we appoint that person who we think is capable in those interviews.
But who would interview them?
Who will make that decision? Because
Yeah.
is it us, or is it, because are we excluding the larger public, such as other people who are not part of the NEC, and we're saying that no, we gotta just take this decision ourselves, or we just gonna open up to everybody else?
No, for now, I think we're taking this to ourselves. We are just appointing someone, and then if we have more than one person who's interested, I'm saying we hold interviews, and then that person who's the best candidate becomes the rep.
I think it should, sorry, Mimi.
No, continue, Mindy.
Okay. I think it should be open to the public, like with the other positions, where they motivate, people get to read their motivations on Facebook, and then we hold, like we did it with the election. Yeah, we can do a by-election again, but just for that role, maybe give them like the week, just for 1 week, where you say they motivate why they want to be. Then on that Friday, we hold elections, and then yeah, so it's more transparent. Yeah.
Let's if we have more than one person who's interested.
Still, they need to motivate.
Yeah, it's fine, because during the elections there was no one who was interested.
Yeah. So I think it should go onto the Access Facebook page, because that's the one where everyone is. We can't send an email, and just say that it's up for vacant. It's vacant. Give people a certain time limit of please send in your motivations by here, writing it on the Facebook page, and then holding an election. So if no one responds, then we'll just release a statement that we didn't get anything, so that will be vacant for the year. I'm not sure.
Okay. So what you were saying, what you're basically saying, man, is that if there is no one, then we appoint.
How will you appoint people if no one replies?
We look for someone.
From where?
Bye.
From where?
But then, what does the Constitution say about that? Does it have anything written about it in the Constitution?
In this case, no, but I'll check.
Guys, oh. Oh, hang on, I'll come back later. Carry on, Nati. I've remembered. Okay, so Wendy, do you have access to the Habitable Planet email list?
No.
Okay, I should give access, and then you can email everybody about the vacancy.
What if you don't have everyone on email that's on the Facebook page?
No, I mean, you can use the Facebook page as well, but there's no harm in emailing everyone who's been to the workshops recently.
Okay. No, I don't have access to that.
Okay, I'll add you.
Okay, thanks. So who's the responsible person for this then?
I think we have to give it to the new member. One of the new members.
No, but the problem is the emails are sensitive information, so it can't just go to anyone.
I mean, the item of finding someone is a secret.
How? How?
I mean, like, you take it to Facebook, and then if there's someone, the person who's going to be running that process can be one of the new members. That's what I'm talking about.
What does everyone else say?
I suppose that's fine. I mean, it can be anyone, right? They just need to take responsibility for making sure it gets done. So step one is they post to Facebook to advertise it. Step two is they send an email to Mendy so that Mendy can forward it to the list and advertise it. And then once they get candidates' names in, step three is to send the names to me, and I will set up the online ballot papers again.
That's fine. Is anyone up for the role?
I think maybe you should take that to anyone from the NEC, because you said your role is to coordinate. So please, let's not waste time, guys. I think you should be responsible for that.
Okay, it's fine. Let's move on. It's fine.
The chair's idea of giving someone new a job, I think, is nice. Like, make them feel involved.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to involve someone new. But it's fine. Let's move on.
Okay, fine. I'll do it.
Thank you, Mobile.
Okay, Mandy, the next point is NPO registration. Unfortunately, we don't have Scott with us.
Yeah, I'm just going to table that discussion. I'll note that in the meeting minutes.
Yeah, the next point is communication between NEC members. My request on this one, can all NEC members please download WhatsApp? Are we able to all download WhatsApp? Because we have a group on WhatsApp, and I think it's much more convenient and cheaper for us to be in that group so that we can communicate much more easily.
That's fine. I thought everyone was on the WhatsApp group already.
It's only Mobile who doesn't have WhatsApp. Mobile?
Mobile.
Yes.
Are you able to download WhatsApp?
I don't have a phone. My phone got stolen, so for now I don't have WhatsApp.
Okay, no, that's fine. The other thing that I wanted to raise was emails, because that's the only other way we can all communicate besides phone calls. So if people can just check their emails at least once a day, because that's how we communicate, and the Facebook page, obviously.
Okay. Another thing, does anyone know where we can find Zolani? Because I've been trying to WhatsApp him and email him, he's not responding.
Yeah, Zolani too.
Hello?
No, no luck on my side. But no, nothing.
Okay, I think we are done. Does anyone have anything to add?
I just wanted to find out when I'm going to get my money from last year. Am I getting it, or should I get my legal advisor to get in contact with you guys so that you can pay me?
I was playing, but come on.
No, Mandy. This money was supposed to. I used the money in July. Was it July or August? It's my money. I want it. If Mandy, you can commit to transfer it into my account. I really want. I can make use of 1,500. It's a lot of money to me. It might not be a lot of money to you, but to me that's a lot of money. Can I have my money?
I understand.
Yeah. So money, it's personal. You can't say come on when it comes to money. I want my money.
Do you remember last year we were supposed to pay? We paid last year, and unfortunately there were no funds in the account. So I spoke to Basanda, and I told him to make it a priority that you do get paid as soon as we have funds in the account.
When can I get my money?
After we register, Carl said the money is going to be deposited into the account, and then
No, Nati, I need a commitment. Look, I need a commitment. It's January. I'm paying my fees. I can really use my money. But if you guys think that I'm joking, I'll call my lawyers after this so that they treat it. Because there seems to be, that brings me to another issue. There seems to be an issue with Access wanting to use people's resources, but they don't want to pay up. I've got a student who came here complaining that apparently he was involved in a project that involved Access. Now when it comes to him claiming the money, he was now being thrown left, right, and center. And that thing is bad. We advertise things, and I'm a lecturer here, and that student is a student of mine. Access sends him throughout the Limpopo province during the vacation. When it comes to him claiming his money, people start telling him stories. I think that's a very bad thing to do.
Okay, coming back to
you can't keep telling me that a year, it's 6-7 months, you're still working out the modalities of paying someone.
Klein, you're getting upset at the wrong people. That's what I was saying. That's what my comment.
No, I've got everyone. Nati was the treasurer, and Carl was there. So it's not the wrong people. So who should I talk to?
I agree with you, Klein, that it's long overdue. But what I'm saying is that currently we do not have any funds in the account. So what I'm saying is that I cannot commit. Let us register first as the NPO. Carl deposit the money into the account. Then first thing, you'll be the priority. You'll be paid. That's what I'm promising to you.
No, and I'm saying I've heard that story from the time that I used the money. You understand? So you can't keep telling me the same story. It's, to me, it's now a chorus.
So, okay, what do you suggest we do?
Give me a date that you're going to pay my money. Failure to pay my money on that. No, I'm really serious. Failure to pay that money, I'll enlist my legal advisor to get in contact with someone.
Okay, let's just hope.
I think it's very rude to actually laugh when someone is asking for what is due to them. That money has lost value already.
Let's just hope. Let's just hope by the end of February you would have registered, and then first thing, let's say March, you will be paid.
If that money is not in on the 28th of February.
No, I'm not saying. I'm
telling you. No. I'm giving you time. If that money is not in by the 28th of February, I will refer them to Access with interest. Because I think it's when I do things, I think Kau can attest to that. I've been doing rounds. I'm staying in Gauteng. You know, the universities that are here, the closest university is 100 kilometers. For me to go to and from Johannesburg is 200 kilometers. And I use my money. I ask me to do things. I go there using my money, using my car, using my fuel.
Okay.
And I've never asked for repayment. But what we agreed is that I'm going to repay it. And I'm saying, please, can you pay that which we agreed? Is that asking for too much? And I'm sure in any organization, whatever organization, if you owe someone, you can explore options of paying the person.
I will commit myself. If it takes long, then it will end up coming from my pocket, and then I will claim it from Access. Is that fine?
And I'm saying it's fine, but on the 28th, if my money is not in, I'll enlist my lawyers.
Can I come in?
Yes, Carl.
Klein is telling a small lie of omission, and that he's not telling the full story, which was that at said event he asked if he could drive his car and claim, and I said no, definitely not. Access cannot pay you that money. We cannot pay somebody driving as a non-CSR employee in the car. But if you want to wait until the NEC get registered and then claim, you can do it. But it's your risk, because we don't know when the NEC is going to get registered. So if you do this, client, and I was very, very clear, it's at your own risk. You take the risk because you will not get paid until the NEC is registered. And I was very, very clear about that. Now, when that is considered into the story, you don't have a case. And
no, that's fine. No, that's fine. Carl, having put it that way, that's fine. I'll then look at the options that I have and see really if I do not have a case. Because we might spend the whole day arguing with each other. I'll follow up my money the best way.
My point was very clear. Because we can't pay that money, if you want to take that risk, you are allowed to take that risk. I can't stop you. It's a free country. If that's the risk you want to take, because I was putting other options on the table of taking a taxi and keeping a slip, and you said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to take my own car. And I said, okay, fine, then you take a risk. And it won't happen by 25 February, I can tell you that for now. If Scotch hasn't lodged the registration yet, that takes a month. And then CSIR take a month to pay.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks. I think we'll follow up on WhatsApp and emails and.
Nati, I've got some other points, please.
Okay, thank you.
The first one is that I suggest that you guys draft a terms of reference. I can send you a template, if you like, basically an agreement between Access and you guys of what you're going to do between now and June. Okay? And so that we both know what's expected of you when we've agreed on it. And it can be, you know, it's not going to be legally binding, it's just so we have on paper what's expected of the NEC, what's expected on Access's part. So it will be very brief, one page, terms of reference. The NEC are going to do this, this, and this. Access are going to support it by doing this, this, and this. Sign Carl on behalf of Access and Nati on behalf of the NEC. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes. Can we put a time frame on it?
In terms of drawing it up?
Yes, yes.
You want? I don't know what ideas you guys have, so it really needs to come from you. So it needs somebody here, and it shouldn't take long. 2 weeks? No, really, between you, you need to think of what wants to go on it. That's the hardest thing. Writing it should be very quick and easy.
Okay, so can we send it to you by next week, Friday, latest?
That would be great.
Carl, who will you send the template to?
To him, Andy.
So I'm going to send the template. Who should I send it to?
You can send it to.
Send it to me.
To Mandy.
And then maybe in order to decide on those, you would have a smaller meeting with just the Nati, Mendy, and the senior people. Might be a good idea, but that's down to you. But yeah, just so we know what happened by June. My proposal is also that if it gets to June and we haven't achieved those aims, that there's the possibility of re-elections.
I agree with that.
Yes, Carl?
Okay, I'm putting that out to the idea. And Tombi, I think it was, who said she agrees. I think it should be tied to if basically because we've had this experience 2 years in a row now. We get to June and nothing's happened. I think if we get to that situation and we've laid out clearly what should have happened and it hasn't, then we should go for re-elections. It's out for comment.
Question. Does the entire NEC get re-elected, or for example, let's say maybe Gauteng, maybe like let's say 4 provinces didn't do the stuff that they said they were going to do, and then you have to be re-elected. Is it the entire NEC or just the people who didn't work? Yeah.
That's a really good question. Yeah, possibly, I guess everybody needs an individual terms of reference. What's expected of them? Short, half page. So what about we write our own?
Carl, please repeat.
I suggest it's a really good point, and so I'm suggesting an amendment that we each have a terms of reference. What's expected in our post in the next 6 months, and that in order to spread the work fairly around, everybody writes their own and then sends to Nkosinati, who can edit if he sees necessary. And then they come to me and I will sign them if I agree with them, and then each person signs. And then everybody knows what's expected of them in the next 6 months.
Okay, thanks, Carl. I think one has to make a commitment that by June something will happen. Already in the northwest, Mobile started doing something, but we will brief everyone in the near future. But let's just commit ourselves and make sure that by the end of June something has been done, because it would be very bad for us to be taken out into office by not doing anything. Let's say if June comes, so let's just commit ourselves and know that we have a task which is ahead of us that needs to be done, and let's promise Carl that something is going to happen by the end of June, starting from today.
But Nati, are you happy? Each person writes their own, what they expect to achieve by June. They all go to you. And then your one will be actually just to achieve everything that everybody has promised, because
Yes.
You're the top man.
Yes, that's
So
what
they each by next week Friday, right? And send to you, and then you will compile and send to me.
Okay, thanks. I hope everyone is clear. Then we move on, driving back home.
One last point, Nati.
Okay.
In everybody's terms of reference that they agree, there should be attending meetings. I don't know, I think all is too much, but maybe there should be some requirement for everyone to attend a certain percentage.
That's a good point.
So you get 2 free passes between now and May, 3 free passes, 3 strikes and you're out.
I agree with that.
Okay, so on everybody's, you should include that you will attend all meetings. You're aware after 3, that's going to be breaking the terms of reference.
Sorry, what terms of reference when there are no resources? Because some of us can only operate now when there are resources that are made available. Because let's not create a situation where someone will adjudicate a process when there are no resources. Because you are saying that by March we will not be having any funds. So what is it that you want us to do without funds?
Okay, I'll give you an example. Last year, JD took his mind to the idea of getting more students at the University of Fort Hare involved. And he managed to recruit over 100 students to the online program, about 5 times as many as any other university. He didn't have resources, just used his initiative, he set himself a goal and he did it. So, not to make JD look too smug, but I mean, he wasn't even on the NEC. So if he can do that with not being on the NEC, then there's certainly goals that you can think of setting yourself wouldn't require resources. You could also set goals and put in brackets that they were pending the resources. So then you wouldn't be held accountable if the money didn't come through. Although I really strongly hope that by June we've got our acting together, because one of the treasurer's goals will surely be, or Scotch's, to get it registered, and then there will be funding.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we are done now, Mandy.
I just want to ask now. I know we were on Google Hangouts, but then I have typed up the meeting notes, and I know we had raised the issue of making things more transparent. From this point onwards, are we sending out the meeting notes to everyone, or are we keeping them for ourselves for archiving, considering this was made public on Google Hangouts, or do we still email them to everyone? What does everyone think?
And with God, large can see the broadcast if they want to. The notes are specifically useful to us, so should probably just go to the committee.
Okay.
I also think that the minutes should be just for the NEC.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to know what happened in the meeting, they can just look at this live recording.
Or they just requested from Mandy.
Yeah, they can
That's
get
also
the,
true. But I mean, the nice thing about this is that it automatically saves to YouTube. There's a recording there forever if anybody is that desperate to watch us talk about boring stuff.
Wow, Carl, you're telling us now I didn't put on my makeup, you know.
So, Carl, are we boring?
Why are you off camera? Is it because of exactly that?
That wasn't me, that was Dombi.
I didn't hear you, Carl.
Oh, we both off camera.
Inquiring as to why we're looking at an empty room over in GSIR.
Carl.
Is that it? Does anyone else have anything to add? We'll close the meeting.
Can I just ask something? I don't know if you're going to add it for the next meeting or what.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Basanda. You know about university, you get student organizations that are like you sort of apply for example, HBW to become a student organization on your campus, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible for HBW to do it like that, or Access to do it like that, or is this too much logistics?
I think Carl has. Someone brought this up last year, and Carl had an answer for that. What was the issue, Carl?
I didn't follow the question. Can you repeat it? My apologies. I was making notes.
Oh, okay. I was saying that, you know, you get student organizations on campus. So I was wondering if it's possible for Access or HBW to actually be a student organization, like apply it on your SRC to actually, for it to be a student organization.
Yeah, I think you should. And I think the provincial rep should take charge for that on campuses across their area. That makes perfect sense, right? I think even JD was saying there's some financial incentive to it. Was it you, JD?
Yeah, it was me, but I think it depends with the university concerned, because here at Forte we can register Access as an established organization, or use other organizations that are related to what we do in Access, so that we just form partnerships, something like that. But just go to your student developer and ask them the procedures to establish a student organization.
And to add, yeah, sorry, Carl. Oh, I was saying that, and to add on what JD is saying, I know in on my campus that you are able to actually go out maybe and talk to 350.org or like other big environmental organizations. So when you kind of have events as HPW has access on your campus, they'll be able to fund you. So I don't know how that is done, or if there's a constitution to that. If there is, can you please just send it to us, Mandy, to actually guide us on.
Sorry, there's no constitution on that, but I'm not sure how each university works and how they govern the groups that are registered with them. Because the thing is, then we might have to do things according to what UKZN does or what Fort Hare does, and then it might just hinder what we want to do as part of HPW or Access. That's one of the things that I'm thinking of, that we have to abide by their rules, and we might not be able to do what you want to do exactly. So you just need to find out the wiggle room that you have. We don't have anything in the Constitution as of yet, but yeah, you can find out as the provincial reps what's happening at your university and how you can expand.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think every provincial rep now already has one thing to put under their terms of reference, which would be to get Access registered as a society on campus. There's loads of Planeteers on every campus. It would be great for there to be an official society they could join, have a focal point for it, help people to apply for workshops. That's a really important thing. You know, where we have campuses where the students are organised, we get more people coming to the undergraduate workshop. So if you want to help students on your campus, it's better to have an official organisation. And then secondly, I am thinking about coming and doing some promotional work for the online course in September, and maybe giving guest lectures, getting other people in to join guest lectures. You know, if there's already an Access Society or a Habitable Planet Society there, that's perfect. It means that there's some official recognition on campus of why this person is coming to give a talk. So I really think it's a great idea.
Thanks, Carl and Mandy. I was just going to ask around on my SRC about it.
Okay, I just want to ask Carl something. You said it's hard for the CSR to pay people that aren't CSR staff. What would happen if I claim on people's behalf?
That's a possibility, Mandy. At least if it was you, right, it would look. Well, no, it's in Gauteng. I mean, you could make up a trip and claim for someone if you want.
Do what?
You could make up a trip. You know, if you wanted to pay clients' expenses, you could pretend that you drove somewhere for some reason and claim the mileage.
Because I can do it now.
But it would be fraud.
Yeah, I know.
But if you got found out, we would go to prison.
I know. But I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there, but I don't want to go to prison for anyone, so...
Yeah, I do kind of draw the line at South African prisons.
They even heard you on the Google Hangouts, you know, Mandy. They now know your plan.
That's true.
It's out there. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep record of everything I do now.
Godfrey has a question. He's asking, can we set time for our next meeting?
Didn't we decide last year that we'd have one, not necessarily every week, but at least every 2 weeks, or unless something urgent comes up that we need to meet for?
Okay, sure.
Especially since we have so many deliverables that are due now, so we need to just, yeah.
Let's set the time and date now, and we can all write it down, and we're all ready for it.
I'm cool with
2 weeks' time is 6.
Is 3:30 good for everyone on a Monday?
What?
Currently, for me, I don't know my timetable yet, so I can't say yes when I'll be having a practical or demonstrating. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that for now.
Mandy,
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
You want to, for now, the thing is people don't know their timetables, I guess any date is as good as any other, right? So do you want to just make a decision?
The 5th of February, which is 2 weeks from last week Friday when we were supposed to have or last week Thursday, we're supposed to have our meeting. So the 5th of Feb, which is when the terms of reference are due as well. So yeah, 5th of Feb, which is a Friday at 3:30 again.
Okay.
Okay.
That's Friday. It's next week, yeah?
2 weeks. Yeah, next week actually.
Okay. Fine.
All right, Nati, I think you can close.
Oh, okay.
Officially, Nati, please.
Okay, thanks everyone. It's been a very informative and fruitful meeting. Hope to see you again soon. And we'll chat on WhatsApp and Facebook, Nobile, sharp, and your call on WhatsApp. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.